Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Houston Life on this Thursday, also known as Baby Friday.
Friday Eve.
May 12th, 2022. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. We're getting closer. It's almost Friday. Today on Houston Life, you know what? They've been rocking us all like a hurricane for 5 decades. Scorpions, the rock band, is chatting all about their new tour. And of course, they're coming to Houston.
That is incredible. They look and sound great. Also, a local soccer player is now going viral for her incredible skills on the field. Get this, she is 13 years old. Also, guess what? She's joining us today on Houston Life to show us some moves.
Can't wait for that. And giving back to veterans, from housing to job placement, how you can get involved with a local group serving homeless and at-risk veterans.
We love that. Also, Joe Sam is standing by now with a local swimmer's inspiring story. Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys, that's right. I'm diving deeper into a local man's mission to fight cancer. The local 60-year-old swimmer is spreading awareness and keeping his late father's memory alive. That's coming up, but back to you guys for now.
Wow, that is super, super cool. What a great, fantastic cause, huh?
I know. Can't wait for that.
Okay, so we failed to mention, I know we mentioned it's Friday Eve, Baby Friday. Did you know today is also National Limerick Day?
I've been waiting for this day all year.
Have you? Do you love limericks?
Well, I do. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it was maybe 3rd or 4th grade when I learned about what a limerick is. So in case you need a refresher, a limerick is 5 lines. Okay, the 1st, 2nd, and 5th lines, they all rhyme. And then the 3rd and 4th lines also rhyme, but it's a different rhyme. And the humor usually comes in the last line.
I'm very confused. What line are we on?
Okay, so in case you need a refresher, it's been a minute since I've studied my limericks, but y'all are gonna love these. Okay, there was a professor named Chesterton who went for a walk with his best shirt on. Being hungry, he ate it, but lived to regret it, and ruined for life his digestion.
That's a good one. I like it.
You need to work on your poker face. You didn't like that one.
I did like that one.
Okay, how about this one?
Okay.
There was a young lady of Nice who insisted on bathing in Greece.
I like where this is going.
She slid through the house, tormenting her spouse.
Oh, I went to Greece.
Till he hid in the oven for peace.
I like it. I went to Greece.
The country.
I did.
No, Greece as in bacon grease.
Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for one more? Okay, so maybe one of the most famous opening lines, which first appeared in 1902, was "There once was a man from Nantucket." Do you know this one?
I mean, I've heard it. I don't know if I can repeat it.
Okay, well, there are a few different versions of this one.
Okay.
This is my version. There once was a man from Nantucket who kept all his cash in a bucket, but his daughter, named Nan, ran away with a man. And as for the bucket, Nan tuck it.
I like it. I like that
Nan
one.
tucked the bucket, like she took the bucket.
She took the bucket.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Aren't you impressed with our little limerick lesson?
I am.
Thank you, thank you.
I told you I listened to this podcast. Now I'm forgetting the name of it.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't tell me.
Don't tell me. And they do limericks on there all the time.
It's good
to
stuff,
win
right?
prizes.
And it keeps your brain sharp, right?
It does.
Yeah, so we should bring them back, right?
I think so.
Limericks first appeared in the 1700s in folk songs, in case you were wondering. But the famous British poet Edward Lear is credited as the father of the limerick because he was the one who popularized it in his poetry.
I love it. Limerick Day.
Limerick Day. Happy Limerick Day, everyone.
Happy Limerick Day, and hopefully you use a limerick today.
Yeah, try it. It's fun.
Okay, so we always talk about or like to shine a light on inclusion, right? Whether that's models, whether they're being photographed, and I know Nordstrom uses people who have different disabilities or in wheelchairs or something. So
or like a skin condition, maybe.
Absolutely,
different
we're celebrating
sizes of bodies.
Everybody's differences, right? Here's one, and we're talking about Kate Moss. Okay, she was a big model, supermodel, right? It's her daughter, Leela Moss, who's now taking after her mom, and she is being photographed here with a little tiny Versace and Fendi handbag, but she's revealing she has type 1 diabetes, so she wears a monitor.
Oh, her glucose monitor right there. That's great.
So it's just a way of kind of bringing this to the forefront, talking about her type 1 diabetes in a stunning campaign. I wanted to explain who Leela Moss was because a lot of people maybe don't know that she has her famous mom, Kate Moss.
Well, it's super cool that not only is she wearing it in the photograph, but she's starting that conversation. It kind of reminds me of when Padma Lakshmi from Top Chef, when she stopped covering her scars that she has on her arm. And she eventually just said, this is me, this is how I am. I don't know why I've spent so many hours in the makeup chair during my career trying to pretend like I'm something different.
Right. Yeah, it's great. And I think it's part of who you are, and, you know, talk about it and, hey, put it out there in the campaign.
She looks fantastic. Hey, here's a question for you. So you've heard the term like boy mom, girl dad, all of that.
Yes.
So I was reading this story about a woman who, she and her husband, they had struggled with the pregnancy of their twins, and they were twin girls, and as they were leaving the hospital finally, they were born prematurely.
Okay.
So after an 11-week stay in the hospital, these parents were so excited to have these kids, they're finally taking them home, and suddenly this mom reveals that her husband started receiving unsolicited pity comments from other people concerned that he was a dad of girls.
What?
You know what I'm talking about. Like, you have 2 boys, right?
Right.
How many times have people said to you, like, oh, like, when are you going to have a girl?
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Oh, of course you're going to try for the girl.
Look at your cute family photo. But there's nothing missing from your family, right?
There's nothing missing from, I mean, no, this is what we were meant to have, and this is what we have.
But what do you say when people say, like, oh, are you going to try for a girl?
No, we're not. And this is what we have. Even my dog is a boy. Oh. But it's almost just as bad as somebody saying, well, how long have you been married? Why aren't you having kids?
I know.
I got that too, because we were married almost 7 years before we had children.
I think people mean well, though. Like, they have good intentions. They don't mean to be offensive. So I don't know. Maybe their curiosity gives way. I don't know. My sister has 4 girls. And so my brother-in-law, Nate, he's always getting this question like, oh, man, like, you didn't have a boy. Is that so disappointing? And he's like, no, I love my family. They're perfect. And they do all the things.
Aw,
and this mom goes on to say that as they were leaving the hospital with their 2 twins who had been there for 11 weeks, this woman helping her to the car, she started asking, are you going to give dad a boy? Careful, a house full of divas. And they were just trying to focus on being parents. So.
Well, and you don't know the story leading up to it, as you had alluded to here, that this couple had some fertility issues, right?
Yeah.
So, hello.
I know. I think people mean well, but again, maybe we could think twice before opening this thing. God gave us two ears and one mouth.
We got to use it. Okay, yesterday, you know, we mentioned, you did, casinos have recorded profits, record highs,
record profits.
right? Y'all, listen to this. Today, we learned that a Las Vegas casino owner surprised 5,000 of their employees with $5,000 bonuses during a corporate event.
That is super cool. Spreading the wealth, huh?
You know what? Listen, if you're having a good time and you're reaping the benefits of whatever's going on, let me tell you something. When you pay it forward, or, you know, pass that on to somebody, you have no idea how much that can help someone, especially when you're talking about employees. Everything is so expensive now, and people are struggling to find jobs and all of this, and to keep jobs, man, bonuses like that.
Well, and nothing says I appreciate you like a $5,000 check, right?
Right.
I mean, all the compliments in the world, like, that's nice too, but how cool for those employees, and great move by that casino owner.
Absolutely, for sure. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Okay, Friday Eve, who else is feeling it? We're going to have a good time on today's show. We have all kinds of interesting guests coming up.
Listen, stay with us, because this is a packed show. Are you ready to rock? Of course we are. We're catching up with legendary rock band Scorpions about their new tour that's got a stop in Houston this fall.
But first, a closer look at a local group helping veterans transition back into civilian life, what they are doing, and how you can help when Houston Life returns right after this.
Well, welcome back. Here at KPRC2, we're proud to showcase those making a difference in the Houston area. Each month in 2022, we're partnering with Energy Transfer to showcase a different nonprofit organization offering Houstonians a helping hand.
And this month, our KPRC2 Community Spotlight is on U.S. Vets Houston. Joining us now is Program Director David Traxler and former client Michael Henderson. Gentlemen, welcome to you both, and thank you both for your service. David, you are an ex-Marine. Michael, you are ex-Army. You just told us you served in Desert Storm 30 years ago. Thank you both again for your service.
I appreciate it, and I thank you for allowing us to be here to talk a little bit about the great work that we do at US Vets.
Okay.
Houston.
And let's jump right in, because civilian life is something that for so many of our vets, they really struggle. We can't overstate this enough. This is a big deal, coming out of service and trying to just get a job or continue your education. So David, tell us about the organization and how the process works.
So US Vets Houston, we serve veterans across the board. We really try and target those veterans that are in transition, veterans without permanent housings, or veterans that need that assistance so that they don't become homeless. But we do that with wraparound services through behavioral health services for those that need it. We also provide a great workforce department that is providing resume assistant, job training, and job assistance in getting in. And one of the biggest things in getting a job when you transition out is getting past the electronic system. And our workforce department is partnering with businesses within our community that we're able at times, depending on the job set in the company, we can pick up a phone and we're getting same-day interviews or next-day interviews. And this is helping our veterans get good quality careers. But we also provide supportive services for veterans and families, and we can help bridge the gaps for those veterans that are in transition, whether that be from military life to civilian life or between jobs. And we can help provide that assistance so that we can help the family stay stable as they're searching for that next transition. So
it is really fantastic, and also not so isolating as well. And Michael, I think that you know that story all too well.
Yes,
and
all too well.
You're
All
a
too
former
well.
client,
Yes,
so we have a success story, clearly.
Yes.
What was that like for you, though, before you had the help here? Because
Very frustrating. You know, just being able to have that job search and the gap of finance, and just come to the cross of this organization, US Vets, and the staff was just awesome. I mean, one day after the next, calling, give me information I needed, and I felt confident that something would break through. So in that same process, when it did 3 or 4 days, I was employed.
wow.
It was that fast.
It was that fast.
And leading up to, before you found US Vets Houston, leading up to that, describe to us the job search process. You described it was very frustrating.
Yeah,
but what
very
were you
frustrating.
experiencing?
I mean, experiencing just being online at the workforce, waiting, getting the interview, finding the right lane, getting the right people, and get a call back. So when you sit there and you go through so many lists of people, you get frustrated, you get tired. You're like, okay, I don't want to give up, but I have to right now because I'm tired, burnt out. So when you come across a program like US Vets, the staff is just there, even after hours. You know, they just saying, hey, I got this for you. This is going on. They talk to you. Nothing negative, all positive. And you have that hope to say, oh man, the next morning, hey, they call you, hey, you up and ready? Got this client for you. And I feel so confident. I think of the other vets that do, you know, just get into the program to find what they can offer. It's amazing. It's amazing, especially the turnaround of unemployment within, 4 days or a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's really fantastic
very.
to hear that. And I think, too, for anyone in a similar circumstance, they feel very isolated, very alone, and almost sort of like, I have this one skill set, now I don't know how to apply that into civilian world.
Exactly. It was 6 months between the time that I got out of the military until I found another job, and I was prepared for a little bit of time, but I tell you that there's depression that you experience, and especially when you're not even getting callbacks from because you're doing everything electronically. But I tell you, that's one thing that we're trying to do with US Vets Houston is partnering with these businesses so that we have a good relationship. So as we find the right skill sets and the right companies, we're able to pair up veterans with people that are looking for them. So
I know a lot of people are troubled, David and Michael, by some of the scenes we just saw on our screen. The homelessness, the stress you described. Vets are disproportionately more likely to experience these things. So that was really the mission how US Vets was born.
It is. It started in California, and it was, when a veteran started dying on the streets in California, there was a judge that said, hey, we need to do something different for our veterans. And he started this organizations. I mean, and you think about it, homelessness and veterans, those things shouldn't be in the same sentence. But there are things that veterans experience that are different from people who don't go through this process, who don't spend time in Desert Storm and in Afghanistan and Iraq, and there's just different stresses that our veterans face. So,
and that they carry for the rest of their lives.
Exactly.
100%. Let's talk about some of the current expansion plans that you all have.
So U.S. Vets is currently, we're looking for a new home. We've been in the same location since 1993, and we're outgrowing where we are, but we also want to have a good place for our veterans to call home, or to have a better place to transition and go through the program as well. So.
Well, David and Michael, thank you so much for your time, for sharing your stories. Michael, it's great to meet you and know you're doing so well. And David, you as well.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, gentlemen. And in the meantime, if you would like to get involved or learn more about US Vets Houston, you can visit the website that is right there on your screen, or call 832-986-8217.
And to check out more nonprofit organizations offering Houstonians a helping hand, you can head to clicktohouston.com.
Still ahead on Houston Life, we're learning more about why a local 60-year-old swimmer is making his way across America.
Can't wait for that. And guess what, guys? A blood moon. It's a coming. Next, what that means and where you can stay up late to watch it. That and so much more when Houston Life returns.
Welcome back. You may have heard there is a total lunar eclipse happening this weekend. And of course, when you live in a place called Space City, that's a big deal.
It's a real big deal. Yeah. So big that the George Observatory is staying open until 2 a.m. That's right. You heard me right. Joining us now is Dr. Carolyn Sumner, Vice President of Astronomy with the Houston Museum of Natural Science. It's great to see you.
Thank you. And you can even come to the planetarium in downtown and see what it's going to look like.
Okay.
So you can get prepared.
Let me tell you, you're excited.
Yes, I am. There's so much stuff we talk about, like the stuff behind us on the wall.
Yeah.
We talk about, and no one ever sees it. But this, everybody who's listening can go out, show their kids, say, hey, the moon's going to get red. I'm going to make it red. And abracadabra, at 9:30, it starts to get red.
And this is one thing that you were saying during the commercial break, is no matter where you live here, if we have a friend in Chicago, we have my mom in Vegas, your mom in Salt Lake, everybody's seeing it at the same time.
If it's dark where they are, they're going to see it, just like us.
Well, and I'm glad it's happening when it's happening, 12 p.m., right? And none of this 4 a.m. business, because we missed that.
It starts at 9:30.
9:30.
By 10:30, it's going to get pretty nicely red. It'll get different shades of red, which is worth watching until midnight. Then it starts going back to normal color for another hour.
Okay, gotcha. So that full eclipse is right there in the center of that window. But even, as you mentioned, starting at 9 p.m., we're going to start seeing the skies change.
Really,
just a bit.
9:30, you'll start telling. And you notice it's not a sharp edge. Our shadow's not sharp because we have an atmosphere. And it's red because we have an atmosphere. You know the blue sky? What's out of the blue sky, the red part, is going to hit the moon. Our shadow, the horizon is red, and that's going right into the shadow. And a number of like volcanoes and stuff like that will make it deeper red, and which I think it's going to be a light red. I think it's going to be a copper color. But I don't know. I'd always predict it and sometimes get it right. But it's something to guess. What color does the moon really get?
Okay.
So cool. Okay, and you just explained why it's red, but we have a graphic here, and this is taking us through sort of the timeline again.
Yes.
So at 9:28.
Right, plus or minus a minute,
Yeah.
depending on when you really see it. That's why I just say, oh, by 9:30, it's definitely going to see something, and then you'll start seeing the shadow move. The moon is moving into the Earth's shadow. And then you see totality beginning, takes about an hour to get into totality. And then, but see, it shows that red is kind of monochromatic, not changing. It's going to change.
Okay.
And the part that is closest to the center, which will be the sort of the quote top part, will look deeper red in color. And the outside part, it will not be the same color. It's worth making a picture. So grab all your cameras.
Every camera you own.
and telephoto lenses, zoom lenses on regular cameras are the best.
Okay.
And get ready to see it, and you'll see the moon's not as big as you think it is. But make pictures with your family.
It's super
hold up
cool.
other colors to show what color it really was, because there's going to be about one every 2 years, for the rest of your life. There's one this fall, actually. So you can start comparing them and have your own digest of lunar eclipseness.
It is such a rare event, and people might be asking, okay, where's the best place to view this? Do you need binoculars? Will you be able to see it clearly with the naked eye? Or are there spots in town that are better to see?
We want you to come to the observatory if you want to get out of town, because it's just nicer out there. Everybody's watching it,
yeah.
and all, but you don't have to, because it's a school night. So go on in your own backyard. Find a place. The moon's going to be high, so you don't have to worry about it being behind a tree. figure out where you want to see it. I'll tell you something to do.
Yeah.
Predict right now how big the moon is in the sky. Can you cover it with your hand? Can you cover it with your fist? Can you cover it with your thumb? Can you just cover it with your pinky?
Can you give us a hint?
No, you have to hold your hand at arm's length.
Okay.
And everybody, see, because longer hands have bigger hands, longer arms. They all go together, so it works for almost everybody. Pinky, thumb, fist,
or open hand.
Okay.
How big is the moon really in the sky?
But isn't it a little bit bigger when it's closer
No.
to the horizon? It's not?
No,
it appears
it's not
bigger
quite
when
round. I know that's an optical illusion because your brain sees things looking up smaller than you see them when you see a tree in front of them. You can test that same hand. See, you
Okay.
can take this equipment with you.
I have a built-in observational tool.
I give her a measurement device.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the party too, because the observatory, it's going to be open starting at 8 p.m.
Right, so we open ahead of time because you want to get there and look around and look at the night sky objects of all sorts that you can see. And we like having the observatory and getting everybody away from town.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep it open till 2. So if you have to, some people just have to watch the whole thing. I got started 5 hours later, I'm going to still be there.
Right, you're in it to win it, right?
Yes.
And we should point out, you have to buy a ticket or reserve a ticket.
Go to the website, the museum's website, and read all about it and how to reserve your space.
Okay. Don't just show up. That's very important. You can purchase a ticket, arrive between 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. at the latest, because that's when it all
begins.
starts. And then when do you kick everyone out?
When it's all over.
2 a.m.
2 o'clock, we have to be out by
Okay.
2,
Yeah.
or the deer and the antelope.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay there.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, we should note that we are taking our show, Houston Life on the Road. Once again, you can catch us from the Museum of Natural Science on Tuesday, May 24th.
That's right.
We're looking forward to
You
that.
have to visit everything.
It's going to be great.
It is great to see you, Dr. Sumner.
see
Thanks for
you.
coming in, getting us all jazzed up for
It's
this.
something to do with the kids and the grandkids and the great-grandkids.
It's something everybody's going to love.
Yeah, and you can predict it if you want to and fool them if they don't know and say, I'm going to make the moon go red, and it will.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. If you would like to attend the museum's special Eclipse event, you will need tickets for that. Again, like we said, we've shared a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv, to learn more. Dr. Sumners, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, tomorrow is Friday the 13th, so, Houston Life has to do something awesome.
Of course we do. And right now, KPRC2's Zach Lashway and Houston Life's Enrique Ramirez, they are on a road trip together on a special assignment overnight.
This is an absolute hard pass for me. Hope they're not afraid of the dark.
Alrighty, you ready to go, Zach?
Yeah, where are we going?
We're going glamping.
Glamping?
Yes, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, a cabin.
That could be fun.
It is fun, and it's also at a famous cult classic. A famous Texas cult classic film was made there.
No. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, Enrique.
I'm aware of that, and which makes this even sweeter because the movie that was shot there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, Zach, come on, Zach. It'll be fun. Take it easy. It'll be cool. There's lots to see and do there. They've got a cool little shop in there to look at stuff, memorabilia. They've got food. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have a good...
We're spending the night there. Just one night. Just one night. Friday the 13th Eve.
One night. We're never going to return to Houston. We'll never be back in Houston.
It'll be okay.
I know how this ends. News crew disappears
I'm willing to take that risk.
at Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station outside of Austin
The story writes itself.
on Friday the 13th. Yeah, it does.
All right. Let's go. Put your seatbelt on.
They're calling it glamping.
I mean, I guess that's a good way to sell it. It's a hard pass for you? You wouldn't spend the night there?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
Our producer, Christine, supplied the two of them with night vision goggles. You can see their report tomorrow right here on Houston Life starting at 3 p.m. Can we call them the Ghostbusters?
I think that works. Also, Zach will be live with our morning team starting at 4:30 a.m. Okay, more on that later. But first, info on how you can catch legendary rock band the Scorpions when they head to Houston later this year.
And we'll head outside to meet a local teen with some really impressive soccer moves you gotta see to believe. We'll be right back.
Oh, baby's sleeping.
Baby's sleeping. It's nap time. Hi,
we woke him
Texo. He's such a good boy. Welcome back to Houston Life. Courtney and Derek back with you, along with Tex at 3:30.
Yeah, he was sleeping outside our office door earlier today. He looks very comfortable there. All right, what do you say we check in with Keith, Lauren, and Frank for a look at what's coming up at 4 o'clock. Hi, guys.
Hey, well, Tex is in there enjoying this great AC, so, hey.
Smart doggo.
What it's all about right now.
Because guess what? It is hot outside. Surprise, surprise.
But I have good news, and sort of.
Okay.
Remember last night felt pretty good? We were talking about it at 10.
Yes, it felt really good.
Tonight's going to feel good, too. So there.
All right, okay.
We'll take it.
We
I'd
will.
like to hear that.
Here's why. Take a look outside. You can see a lot of blue sky out there, that is for sure. But it's dry air that has moved in from Louisiana. It got here yesterday, and it's still with us. So look at these numbers, 89, 90, 91 in Brenham, and then look at the feels likes. Not so bad, 92, even 88 in Houston, 92, 94 in Brenham. So it's only feeling a degree or two warmer than the actual. So we don't have these heat indexes that are out of control. You see 29% humidity being reported at Hobby right now, 38 in Cleveland, 46, 42. So this generally is a whole lot better than being near 60%, which is what we were earlier this week. That will return, it looks like, as we head into the weekend. I can't guarantee that the dry air will stay much beyond tomorrow. So southeast winds will take care of that. We may get some record highs. Those are 92, 93, 90, and 94. So we're pretty close to that, but it does feel a whole lot better if you're taking a little dog walk right there in the upper 80s through 7 o'clock, then 86. There is an air quality alert again, unhealthy air quality for anyone with any respiratory issues, if you have sensitivity to ozone or any smoke particulates too. And that continues through Saturday, it looks like. So speaking of which, there's this wonderful 20% chance of rain on Saturday. I think 98% of us are not going to see it. So we'll talk about that coming up. There's a smidge of a chance. I just don't want you to get too excited about it. I'm just the messenger on this one.
But you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Saying there's a chance.
All right, Frank, thank you. Here is a look at some of the stories we're working on for this afternoon. Many people take aspirin and ibuprofen to treat pain, but a new study says that those pain-relieving drugs may actually make your pain worse. What scientists are saying could be causing the issue.
Plus, a Mega Millions mega mistake. What happened during Tuesday night's drawing that has lottery officials withholding payment to people with winning tickets.
And gasoline prices surging once again, shattering the previous high. Coming up at 4, what you can do right now to get more mileage out of each gallon of gas. It's important. We all want to hear those tips, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, pain at the pump. And right now.
About this lottery thing.
Yeah.
I know. Talk about pain.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't. I didn't buy a ticket, but we're still seeing the video of the gas stations. And my gosh, the pain at the pump. I don't know who's not feeling it right now.
I was over $4 a gallon just last night, and I was at Costco.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
It's supposed to be a discount. Yeah, goodness.
Well, it was. I mean, I didn't really compare it to anybody else, but I was glad to get the gas. Let's put it that way.
Speaking of the heat, look who moved outside. We got
it's hot out there.
some hot soccer skills as well. Hey guys, look like you have a star there with you.
Hey guys. You know what we do when you're about to meet her. So this woman is 13 years old. Her name is Bella, and she has been blowing up the internet because of her really good moves on the soccer field. Bella, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks so much for being here. You you're 13 and you play at Albion. For people at home who don't understand what Albion is, explain this because it's an unbelievable team.
Albion is a competitive soccer club. Like all soccer players go there. It's an ECNO league, which is mainly competitive, and it's like by recruit, and there's many scouts in the league.
That is super, super cool. And I know you've been playing soccer since you were how old?
I was 7 years old.
Okay, 7 years old. So that's like half your life ago, right? Yes. When did you realize, Bella, that you are really, really good at this?
Well, I realized when I started playing competitive soccer, like when I first started, I kind of just fell in love with the game. Like it was very fun, and I realized like it's not just about competitive, it's just about your team and stuff, and it's just really fun to play.
It's so great.
It's so awesome, and there's also a chance to just kind of like show off some good skills, and that's really what caught our attention is all of your viral videos. I mean, it's intense to play soccer to begin with, but then you have all kinds of crazy skills that you do.
Yes, so I have a few trainers So I have Coach Rob and Coach Rafa, which is our Albion coaches at our club. I have Coach Eddie Johnson, which he was a U.S. men's national team. He was a former player. I have Coach Omen Namazi. He was an MLS coach and a U.S. men's national team coach, and Coach JC at HC Soccer.
Wow. Okay. So a lot of people maybe helped you get to where you are now. What was your reaction once you started posting videos online and so many people were liking and commenting? I mean, were you expecting to sort of blow up overnight?
I did not expect this at all. It was very crazy. Like, we didn't expect anything. We just wanted to post our videos just like to share on the internet to make people happy, but we did not expect it to blow up.
Okay, before we get to the tricks, we got to bring in Mom, because your mom is here, Stephanie Youssef, and you manage the Instagram. Okay, we are like upping our game when it comes to soccer mom. It's like, you know, soccer mom used to be the minivan driving mom. Yes. You manage her Instagram account. Yes. What is that like between practices, school, Instagram?
We have fun with it. We started it we use the platform to share her skills and her growth in soccer. So it's been great. She's gotten lots of attention and opportunities that she probably wouldn't otherwise have gotten. She was in the LFG U.S. Women's National Team at the end of it, the documentary. She was collaborating with soccer.com. And so opening the Instagram has been fantastic. She's met so many people. She was just out in South Carolina last weekend, and so many people came up to her recognizing her, and she's met new friends. It's truly been great.
And look, today she's on Houston Live, so what more can you ask for? Just kidding. Okay, so what I think is so cool too, and it's also, we're celebrating females in sports, which you can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, so Bella, we want to see some moves, some tricks. Do you want to show off some of your stuff?
Yes, I can. So.
I mean, that looks like something we could do.
I mean, your feet are moving faster than my eyes can follow.
Do you just throw this out in the middle of a game just to, like, you know, give your opponent a little bit of...
Yeah, it's really fun to do. It's just like, it's almost like art.
It is.
You draw, you work on the field, and all our hard work, I put it all into our game. It's really fun to play.
You do a move that's called the rainbow. Can you demonstrate that for us?
I can.
Okay.
Oopsies.
Wow.
That is awesome.
So it's called the rainbow because the ball takes the shape of a rainbow.
Yes.
And talk to us a little bit about like your practice schedule. How much time are you spending day by day?
So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is my rest day where I could like hang out with my friends. And Saturday and Sunday I have games.
Oh my gosh, sounds like a full-time job to me, and you have studies.
Yeah, I'm guessing that this is something you want to take for quite some time. What are your aspirations for the future, Bella?
Well, I like to play on the U.S. Women's National Team and go pro. I would also like to play in the World Cup with one of my favorite players, Rose Lavelle.
Wow, okay, those are pretty specific goals. I'm going to hand you that. What do you say you teach me a little move? How about that?
Okay.
And Courtney, you're welcome to jump in.
Okay.
Your footwear might not love it.
My footwear is questionable.
That's
for
okay, we'll
soccer.
try.
Okay, so I'm going to try teaching all the scissor.
Scissor, okay.
Yes, so basically you're just going to step, let's say you're right-footed.
Yeah.
So you could step your left foot over. So it'll make the defender thinking going this way, and then you just step the other way. You want to try?
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So I'm gonna step over like that.
You're gonna go
kick it this way.
So you're gonna step wide.
Step wide.
And then kick with your other foot.
And then kick this way.
Yes.
Now you see it. Now you don't. You should have blocked. Wow.
Sorry, I totally.
You know, I did play soccer when I was in kindergarten. That was a few years ago. I wasn't quite as good as you are, but listen, that's okay. We're so glad to meet you, Bella, and I know this is just the beginning of a long career ahead.
And we've got Mom here too. Thank you so much for coming in today, Stephanie. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see where she goes in the future.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, Bella.
Thank
We're going to be
you.
watching you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. In the meantime, we're going to send it inside to Mr. Joe Sam. Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. Yeah, from soccer to swimming, I'll share with you why a 60-year-old is taking the dive and making sure that he is swimming across America. You can see him here. We're going to have his inspiring story coming up next. That's when Houston Life returns. Welcome back to Houston Live. Swim Across America is an organization that raises money for local hospitals for cancer research. They're celebrating their 35th anniversary, and one of its members is a local 60-year-old swimmer that's keeping his father's memory alive every time he takes a dive.
My name is Rob McLaren. I'm a 60-year-old swimmer. I started as a child with the local swim team. I was 8 years old, and the swim team was located only a couple of miles from here in a subdivision called Norchester. My dad was a World War II Depression-era kid, so he had a hard life growing up. He had polio as a young man and was left with one leg 2 inches shorter, so there were not a lot of sports my dad could do. Swimming was one of them. That process of getting into shape got him ready for a 6-hour surgery for pancreatic cancer. Dad was an extremely generous man, and he had a heart for people who had it rough, and he knew that he was very fortunate despite having a rough beginning growing up in the Depression, but he responded to that not out of bitterness but out of kindness. He would have wanted me and told me in so many words to use your gifts to help others. I'm here at beautiful Lake Longhorn in Houston, ready to do the Swim Across America event for MD Anderson. I remembered how helpless you feel when you're diagnosed with cancer, or if it's a loved one, that all you can really do is sort of be there for emotional support, and that's not really affecting the disease itself. And Swim Across America and swimming was the way that I was able to respond to that, by combining my love of swimming to raising funds and to growing a community of survivors and their family members. I love swimming anyway, but to be able to swim and know that I am making a direct impact on cancer, bringing cures, and to hopefully help make cancer history, it's a triple win, and I'm going to do it as long as I can. God has placed us all here on this earth for a reason. He does not want us to be miserable. He wants us to be happy, and he wants us to enjoy every day and live every day as if it were our last.
Absolutely amazing. Now, there are 24 events across the country. Rob wants to swim in all of them. He's headed to Charleston in June for the next event and plans on participating in 9 more swims this year and another 8 in 2023. If you would like to know how you can support Swim Across America, I'll have a link on our website, houstonlife.tv. He's also a member of the Fleet Master Swim Club, so he's looking for more people to join that club. They teach you all about swimming like I need to do.
Yes, Joe.
Yeah, and they're going to definitely get people out there to try and compete in some of these events too, like Swim Across America.
What an incredible message to an incredible story and an honor to his father. And you know what? Swimming is something we can all do for a very, very long time.
That's true, yeah.
And it is such a great exercise. I'm so glad he's using this platform to bring awareness. Beautifully done, too.
I just have to get it done. I mean, he challenged me to swim against him. He was going to donate $500 to any charity of my picking, but I can't swim, so
okay, I wasn't going to out you, but you told everybody
it's
you
never
can't.
Too late to learn.
It's never too late to learn.
This is true. We'll plan on doing so in the summer.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
We got to make it happen, Joe. It's important. You need to learn.
Thanks, Joe.
No
Very
problem.
nice.
Appreciate it. Great story. All right, let's check in with Lauren Kelly, who's catching up with one of the most iconic rock bands of all time. What's up, Lauren?
Side note, Courtney, Derek, and Joe, I used to teach swim lessons. So, Joe, I'm getting you in the pool. All right, legendary rock band Scorpions are ready to rock live in concert. And coming up, I am chatting with the band all about their new tour that is making a stop in Houston later this year. Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Life. And with hits like Rock You Like a Hurricane, Wind of Change, and Send Me an Angel, Scorpions have been rocking out for over 5 decades. The band released their 19th studio album, Rock Believer, earlier this year, and now they're bringing their live show back on the road. I got to chat with one of the most iconic hard rock bands of all time about their new tour and when they'll be right here in Houston.
Hello. Hi, guys. You guys are coming back to the Toyota Center in Houston on September the 17th. First of all, can we talk about the tour? Let's talk about the new tour, Rock Believer.
It's so great to finally go back out on the road. We just had a residency in Vegas, which was a huge success. And, and now we're ready to go back and play the United States and Canada in the fall. And to come back to Texas, to play in Houston again. We haven't been there for quite a while, so we're very, very excited to share our new songs together with all the big hits and classics with our fans in Texas.
Do you guys have any specific memories of Houston?
Yes, we had the biggest record store, Texas Records and Tapes.
Texas Tapes and Records.
Texas Tapes and Records. And I think when you watch our new video for Rock Believer, there is some footage from Texas Records.
Tapes and Records.
Texas Tapes and Records. There's some footage you can see in the new video of Rock Believer, so great memories there. It's a great city. Many, many fantastic rock fans that they have. It's rock close in their hearts,
Klaus, I have to ask, this is a personal question. With the amount of albums that you guys have, with the amount of songs, how do you remember all the lyrics to every single song that you play?
Well, the answer is teleprompter. Yeah, here and then, but only to figure out I really don't need them really, but it's a good backup sometimes. Good to have them. And not so much of the old songs, of the classics. I think they are like engraved in your heart. But with the new songs, throw in some new songs. And sometimes it's good to have a little backup.
Absolutely. And you know what? You can also use the fans as your backup too, right? If you forget the lyrics, just put the microphone out. I'm sure that they can finish your lyrics.
It's always good, maybe you forget when you go like, here I am, and they say, rock you like a hurricane.
You know we're Rock Believers here in Houston. We can't wait to have you guys out there. Klaus, Rudolph, Powell, and Mickey D, thank you so much for your time. We are honored that you spoke with us today, and thank you again for joining us on Houston Life. We'll see you in town on September 17th, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
See you there.
Well, tickets for their Rock Believer tour go on sale tomorrow morning. I've got a link up at HoustonLife.tv. That's going to be at 10 a.m. The show is going to be at the Toyota Center along with Whitesnake.
Oh, yeah! I love it!
Wait, and are these guys performing at your wedding as well?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask them. I was waiting on Michael Bublé's
You already have
answer.
such a full lineup.
Scorpions for my backup.
Listen, can we just do you said your name!
You said my name!
And by the way, those guys are like in their 70s.
Yes.
73.
Courtney, they started as a band in like 1965. They
Listen,
forever.
Keep rocking out. I said you can swim for the rest of your life. You can rock out for the rest of your life. Amen, sister.
She's having flashbacks
I am,
to college.
and I'm glad that we talked about it's Scorpions, not the.
Right.
It's just Scorpions.
I got corrected because I didn't know I was saying it incorrectly. I was calling them the Scorpions, and they said, no, Lauren, it's just Scorpions, and that's their name.
They don't need the.
The rock band. Right.
No the.
No the.
Scorpions, the rock band. All right, Lauren Kelly, that was fun. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, after the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including a very big catch for a local fisherman.
And as we head to break, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hi, Kevin.
Courtney and Derek tonight on ET. We're with Jesse Williams as he talks about that nude photo leak, plus what Jessica Biel told us about starring alongside her husband, Justin Timberlake, and Diddy is talking about new music with us. You don't want to miss it. That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. But sit tight, because Houston Life will be right back.
Coming Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, you might have seen him all over social media. Well, guess what? Our team tracked him down. We'll meet the local fisherman who caught a 300-pound alligator gar in a nearby bayou. Look at the size of that thing.
This freaks me out. It freaks me out.
You're not alone. It's okay. We're going to be fine.
Oh, my word. I didn't think it was real. It looks like sand,
Oh,
you know?
it's real. It's
okay. Plus, looking for family fun this weekend. Details on a free event that celebrates Houston's vibrant Asian American Pacific Islander communities. A really great event coming up. And look at our rock dog is here. Oh, we don't have a profile, though. He had some serious 80s hair going on.
I know he did. We just need a headband for him and maybe some tattoos.
I know. Oh, I think so.
Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, Mama, that feels good. Keep doing it.
I know.
Keep
Oscar
doing it.
has some good 80s hair, too. He gets a little crimp in there.
It's some good stuff. Hey, and that AAPI Amplified that we just mentioned, definitely mark your calendars. We're going to have more on that on tomorrow's show, but it's happening this weekend right along Avenida de las Americas in front of the George R. Brown and Discovery Green right there. So come on out. Perfect weather for it this weekend, too.
Absolutely. All right, that's going to do it for us today.
I know, that was so much fun. I can't believe it's over, but that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. In the meantime, Lauren and Keith are standing by in Studio A.
Yeah, boy, you guys have an action-packed show today. My goodness.
We did. We covered it all.
Moves.
But Tex looks very comfortable and calm.
We've put him to sleep.
Looks like it. All right, thanks,
he's
guys.
asleep.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.